So whenever you chant a mantra, it's good to come in with like a strong intention of, I want to feel the spiritual energy of this mantra. And with that intention, it makes it much more powerful, and the energy will sink in deeper. Purnam Premam Sarnam. 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 And then let's take in 3 deep breaths, breathing in the light of that mantra into our heart space. So, welcome to Satsang. Namaste. So, my name is Brian, and someone at the beginning asked me, what am I doing here? It's a good question. So I would like to explain just briefly. First of all, the main reason is Reverend James invited me. So that's a good endorsement. So if you get an endorsement from Reverend James, you know it's going to be good. That's the first thing. So then the second thing is, I've been doing spiritual work for a long time, really intensely trying to purify myself, work out my negativity, my issues, my traumas, doing my utmost to follow the purification process. And at the same time, seeking out the company of great illumined beings, enlightened beings, to assist me in experiencing profound spiritual energy. What I have discovered is that if a person associates with such beings, it's almost like you're getting spiritual food. Does that make sense? Spiritual food, it means like you're kind of like taking in the energy of that being and making it your own. This works on an extraordinary degree. So, like, I'll give you an example of two different beings where people did this. First one, you know very well, his name is Buddha. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people sought out the company of Buddha to absorb in his peace, to experience what he experienced, so that those people could get to where he was at. He was highly unusual in that he also did an extraordinary amount of spiritual work to come, in a sense, to union with the divine. The second, so that would be called satsang. People get together and they listen to his Dharma talks. The second example would be Christ. You know, Christ said, gosh, who wants to come to my gatherings? No one wants to hear talk about spirituality. I've got to perform some miracles to convince them. So that's what he did. And that's how he ended up gathering so many people. I'm sure at the beginning it was kind of like, is no one coming to my gatherings? Does anyone care about spiritual philosophy and, you know, how to be a good person and all that? But when he started performing miracles, then they were convinced. So here, I'm not really interested in performing any miracles. This is not the point. I would like you to be able to feel the presence yourself, to sense it yourself, to feel the magic within you, not someone coming and bopping you on the head and curing you of whatever disease. So I myself have been following my teacher, whose name is Shri Swami Purna Maharaj. Shri means holy. And I don't know, I think maybe you can see his picture where the roses are behind me. Maybe able to see his picture. He has initiated me into the spiritual practices that I'm going to be introducing to you today. And therefore, in a way, you could say his energy is embedded in the practices that you are receiving. This evening, we are going to focus on healing the body and healing the senses. The first gathering that we did, it was about healing the chakras and the aura. So this time it's body oriented. Your body is made of energy, and you can transform your body into light, so much so that you can even have control, or you can kind of have a sense of when you want to discard the body. There have been great beings who have come to that point where they choose when to discard the body, what day, what year. You know, they know exactly when they're gonna discard it. And number two, they never get sick. Their body never gets sick. It's totally free of disease. And so, and I don't want to shock you. But there are some beings that have incarnated on into this world that are immortal. So, does anyone know the self realization organization, self realization temples? Yeah, you do. Yeah, some people may. Self realization temples are found all over the United States, started by Yogananda. Yogananda brought Christianity into like the Eastern tradition. He tried to bring them together, kind of like I'm doing, similar to what I'm doing. And so, and the beginning of that lineage, of Yogananda's lineage, was, his name was Babaji. They called him the immortal Babaji, ever young, never dying, undying. He could appear before all of us in physical form and then disappear into light and then appear somewhere else on earth, because he had overcome bodily limitations. So tonight we are going to focus on overcoming all bodily limitations and experience radiant health through these practices. See, no one knew this until now, because I just kind of came up with it. So I thought it would be helpful. One practical reason behind doing this: if your body is creaky and feeling old and unhealthy, it's hard to sit down and meditate. Did you notice that? So if you want to have a powerful meditation, then it's important to have a very healthy body as your foundation. So, therefore, I'd like to introduce to you a few different mantras, or I call them bij mantras, seed mantras, designed to heal different parts of your body. And before we do that, I would like to begin with a few deep breaths to center ourselves. This breath practice in itself is extraordinarily powerful for healing the body, because it's a specific body healing breath. And it's a visualization at the same time. So we begin by taking in deep breaths in and out through the nose, and imagine that you're breathing in healing light that's filling all the cells of your body. And then when you exhale out the nose, you're releasing all darkness, all toxicity, all negativity. And then when you breathe in, you breathe in the pure healing light. So the idea is to visualize and breathe at the same time. So let's try it. Taking in a deep breath through the nose, filling the body with pure healing light. And then exhale all darkness. Breathing in healing energy. Exhale all negativity. Breathing in light. Exhale all darkness. Breathing in the light. Exhaling all toxicity. Continuing to do this slowly and deeply. 3 more deep breaths, breathing in the light. And then just relax. Feel the radiance of your own body. All the cells of the body shining. And now we pray. Pray that Archangel Raphael will join us in this session to enhance our healing. To relieve us of all ailments of the body. And bring divine light into all the cells of our body. May He bless this gathering, that each person may feel His presence, and also sense the healing that is going on within. Umi Akrai Raphael. Umi Akrai Raphael. Umi Akrai Raphael. Umi Akrai Raphael. So it is. So many people get sick because they want to. They're asking for it, even though they feel like they're not. Their subconscious, something in the subconscious is drawing that sickness to them, even though it may be painful. We are responsible for our physical, particularly our physical sicknesses. most of the karma that is the cause of manifestation of sickness comes from previous lives and this lifetime. When we do the mantras, these healing mantras, it's clearing away the karma from those old lifetimes so that those sicknesses either do not come to fruition or that those sicknesses don't happen to us again in the next lifetime. Generally speaking, we keep repeating the same sicknesses because we haven't known how to purify the underlying karma that causes them. Like, I'll give you an example. It's very likely that most people who get COVID probably lived during a time when there was a plague, let's say in Europe, a long time ago, where they ended up getting that similar kind of plague. And then, that fear got embedded in their system. They were never able to heal that fear of the plague. And therefore, in the next lifetime, that unspoken karma draws the coronavirus to them. So they're meant to get it. So it's like a karmic magnet that draws the sickness in. And you can absolutely clear all of that karma, purify your being. So, again, I will repeat, one of the reasons we do the mantras and the practices is to reach down deep in our subconscious and unconscious and clear that which we can't see, which is most of our issues. Psychological issues, physical issues, spiritual issues. We cannot see it. We don't know where it is. It's hidden. So we need something, a deeper cleanser, to reach down and purify our being. That's what the mantras do. They have an extraordinarily profound, amazing impact on your being. And again, we don't even know a fraction of what's going on when we do this. So, and I include myself in that as well. The mystical path to divinity is unfathomable and mysterious. You cannot use your logical mind to figure this stuff out. So, let's begin with something really simple, which is find a part of your body that is hurting or is sick or is off. Something is off. Something is not in alignment with perfect radiant health somewhere in your body. It could be your shoulders, your back, your feet, I don't know, whatever it is. Some part of your body that you want to heal. We're going to focus on that part of your body first. So, there is a mantra, a Sanskrit mantra, very ancient, and the words are Sugandhim Pustivardhanam. Maybe you've heard it before, actually. It's pretty famous. Sugandhim Pustivardhanam is an invocation of beautiful healing fragrance. Sugandhim is like fragrant. So imagine you're invoking a beautiful healing fragrance into your body. So I'm going to repeat it slowly so you get it. I'm not going to type it in since you can't see the chat anyway. So the first word, and actually you repeat it after me and I'll be able to read your lips. So it's Sugandhim. So I'll say it again. Sugandhim, Sugandhim, Pustivardhanam, Pustivardhanam. So it's Sugandhim Pustivardhanam. So Sugandhim, Sugandhim, and then Pustivardhanam, Pustivardhanam. So if you want the spelling later on, then send me an email and I'll send it to you so you have this. This is a word, this is we'll call it, I'm just going to call it a magical mantra. Made that up, magical mantra, magical word, power word, that can heal any part of your body that you put your attention on. So you take your right hand and you place it on that body part, wherever that is, or try to reach it. So, as an example, I'm going to put mine like right here. Okay. You don't have to copy me, because whatever body part it needs healing for you. So we're going to focus on that body part with the hand. And you can even imagine even kind of light going from your hand into that body part as we're speaking the words. We'll repeat it a few times. You can say it with me. Sugandhim Pustivardhanam. 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 And then relax your hand and sense the energy. Try to meditate on it. Try to feel it. The more that you can sense the energy or the shift or the change, the more you're getting in tune with it and you're actually receiving the message of the mantra, the more you are receiving the healing of that mantra. So I would say that in a way, meditators have an advantage. This encourages you to practice meditation. When your mind is kind of quiet, you'll be able to sense spiritual energy better. If your mind is moving all over the place, it's kind of hard to feel spiritual energy. It's kind of a little bit out of your grasp. It doesn't mean that it's not working. It just means that you're not quite 100% in tune yet. You know you're really in tune when it takes you deep into meditation, when you've even forgotten the whole world. So let's say you chanted that mantra for that body part, and then you just stopped and you went into meditation, and after that you didn't even hear my voice anymore, that's great. Forget me. You don't even need me at that point, because you're so plugged in to the energy. That's the spiritual teaching right there. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the real spiritual teaching. It's invisible. It's not the word, it's not my explanation. It's your ability to plug in to your own spiritual power and be able to feel that. So I'm just emphasizing that, because then you know what to practice. It's not about taking notes and trying to figure out stuff. It's about you developing your sensitivity. Okay. So now we're going to go through different body parts. And again, if you want these later on, then please email me and I'll send you the mantras so that you can use them for yourself. I do these fairly often for myself. My body is actually pretty healthy, but it takes my body to another level when I do these mantras. So, in other words, it changes my organs into light. It changes my skin into light. You know, all the parts get so purified that they're no longer even vibrating on a normal earthly frequency. You know that when Christ died and then he came back, he had a new body, right? He had a new light body. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're developing, because you can absolutely create that for yourself. Okay, so then we'll try the feet. So what you can do, I'm going to do this too, is touch your feet together. So I'm touching my feet together, focusing on the feet. This will help to clear the feet chakra and also heal the physical feet as well. So we will chant the words Om, Padam, Padam. So Om, which is O-M, and then Padam, which is P-A-D-A-M. P-A-D-A-M. So Om, Padam, Padam. These are, again, ancient words which specifically focus spiritual energy on the feet themselves. And by the way, the feet is where people store their demonic energies. And demonic just means like hatred, rage, despair, like the lowest, heaviest energies that come out. And interesting enough, most people don't even work on their feet energetically. They're working on like the higher chakras, and they miss out on the feet. So it's just an interesting thing that people forget about that. So touching the feet together, we'll chant together. Om Padam Padam. 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 And then you can just relax your feet, place them wherever you like, and feel the energy. Again, set your intention to sense that energy that was just invoked. The feeling could come in the form of a meditative experience. It could feel expansive. You could feel lighter. Your mood could change. All kinds of things could happen by purifying the feet. So now let's work on the hands. So this is the healing of the hands. This is really good for people who are hands-on healers or who like to get into that. So you touch the hands together like this. The mantra for the hands is Om Kartalam Kartalam. Kartalam. Om Kartalam Kartalam. So let's chant that one together, focusing on light in the hands. Om Kartalam Kartalam. 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 We relax the hands and feel the presence of that energy. You can also heal the kind of the belly area right here. I don't know if you can see my hand. The belly area where the organs are, many of the organs. So you can heal that area by placing your right hand on the kind of solar plexus area. And chant Om Navi Navi, N-A-V-I. So we'll chant that one together. So it's N-A-V-I, Om Navi Navi. 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 And relax the hands. Notice the energy. You can also heal the heart as well, the physical heart. And in this case, you would put your right hand on your heart and chant the mantra Om Pran Pran, Praan. Pran in Sanskrit means life force. So not only does it heal your heart, but it increases your life force as well. So people live longer by doing this practice. So we'll try this together. Om Pran Pran. 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 Relax the hands. Feel yourself dive into the energy of that mantra. Try to sense your life force, your aliveness. You can also heal your throat, including your vocal cords, your voice, by placing the right hand over the throat and chanting the words Om Kantam Kantam, Kantham, Om Kantam Kantam. So we'll chant that one together. Om Kantam Kantam. 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 And then we relax the hands. Feel the presence of the throat. Then to heal the eyes, you take your right hand, place it over the right eye, over both eyes, and then we'll chant Om Chuk Chu Chuk Chu. Chuk Chu is CHAKSCHU, kind of like that. Om Chuk Chu Chuk Chu, like kind of almost like chalk, except Chuk. Chuk Chu Chuk Chu. So placing the hands over the hand over the eyes. Om Chuk Chu Chuk Chu. 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 And then relax the hands. Feel the eyes filled with light. You can also heal your brain. Those people who like to be smarter, have more neurons. You can place your right hand on top of your head. The mantra to heal the brain, the head, is Om Brahmam Brahmam. So Brahmam is B-R-A-H-M-A-M. Om Brahmam Brahmam. So we'll do this one together, focusing on bringing light into the head. Om Brahmam Brahmam. 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 Om Brahman Brahman. 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 And then relax the hands. And meditate on that energy. Just imagine that your crown at the top of the head, like the top of your head kind of opens. And as it opens, your consciousness as light releases through the top of the head, and that light just spreads through the room, through the church, through the sky, through space, across the galaxy, infinitely expanding light. Feel yourself as infinite light. That everything in creation is made of that light. And you are that light. There is nothing but you. And when you realize that indeed there is only one infinite light and no other, that is unity. The direct knowing that there is only one light and no other. So this is the true meditation of unity. This is the true teaching of unity, is a direct knowing, a real life experience that all is one, not just a philosophy. And once there's an experience of that, you can never go back. You've broken through the individuality of the mind, and you understand the one truth, that there is only the one. That's why meditation is so helpful, because it brings you closer to that knowing, that direct knowing.